What up, y'all? So we are back with another episode of Revealing Human Design, and this is going to be episode 6 of Revealing Human Design, and today we have Reeology in the building.
Peace, what it do?
So Reeology is one of those people who have helped break me out of my shell, especially when it comes to my divine feminine energy. Like just seeing the way that you radiate and the way that you're so comfortable in your body and in your femininity, and just being able to embody that in like everything that you do. It is very, very, very like magnetizing, and it helps other people be able to find that flow within themselves. So I just want to say thank you for being you and for embodying that, because more women need that energy.
Thank you so much for telling me that, because I feel like that's something I've really, been taking myself to all the way from a young girl to where I am at now at 26. I feel like that's something I would say, quote unquote, struggled with in the past is, embodying my femininity. I came from, my mama was very lenient, but my dad was a little more strict. So I feel like I was confused on how to do that. So to know now that, I am walking in that and it's seen and felt by others, it's just a reflection, and you're just a reflection of me. So thank you for telling me that.
Yeah, of course, of course. So I'm going to let Ree tell y'all about who she is, what she does, and where you can find her.
Okay, so, Reeology, also known as Comma Divine, also known as Ivoree LaVera. I am a very multifaceted creative. That's the best way. I am a storyteller at my core. Poetry is everything to me, but I also write music. I also write short story. I write. That's what I do. I tell stories, but also I am a community curator. It is very important for me to curate spaces and places where people to feel seen, heard, and loved, and be able to express themselves, because that's something that I've struggled with a lot. I don't struggle with it now, but something I've struggled with. So I want to make sure that other people are feeling seen, heard, and loved. So at the core of that, I am a storyteller and a community curator. I also do everything else that my inner child calls me to do. So I do a lot. But you can find me on Instagram, or really kind of anything. Reeology, Reeology. On Instagram, it is _, in front of it, but you just type in Reeology, you'll find me anywhere. I also write on Substack under Comma Divine. Comma is really another ego of, I wouldn't even say an ego, another entity of mine. And that's usually where I have my music and everything under. I don't have anything dropped yet, but it's coming. But yeah, so a storyteller, a community curator, and a lover of life. Is the best way I could do that.
We met, I want to say about 2 years ago.
Probably closer on 3.
About 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, probably closer.
Yeah, we met a few years ago, and I feel like with some people, I don't always remember exactly when I met them, because I feel like I always discover different parts of people when I meet you. Like I met you, and it was like one time you were modeling, so I've seen you like model, I've seen you perform. Right, I've seen you just in a lot of multitude of different ways, but it's like every time you show up authentically, and I think that's really cool.
Thank you.
So today we're going to talk a little bit about her human design. Reeology already knew about human design a little bit when we started discussing about it. She's a generator, and so as you guys know, generators are the life force energies of the world. We're here to power up the world. We're here to do things that excites us, and we're very creative beings. So that's a lot of what we do. But we're gonna dive a little bit deeper into some of the things that I haven't really spoke about on this channel yet. So I'm excited for that. So you guys know about type, strategy, and authority. We already been going through that. And if you don't know about it, go watch the other episodes. Okay. And then come back. Because today we're going to go a little bit deeper. So first of all, you were very interested in your, I'm going to talk about what we were interested first. Because you were interested in your not self theme of frustration. I want to ask you, as a generator, what do you think that means?
Not self theme. I think that's like when I'm not being myself, I guess, or I'm farther away from who I am at my core, or it's just something I don't generate well in that mood of frustration.
So that's essentially what the not self theme is. It's every type has a not self theme. So generators and manifesting generators, our not self theme is frustration. So if we ever find ourselves frustrated, it means we need to pause, like be still for a moment and redirect.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So it's so you pretty much hit it right on the knob of like, okay, I'm not feeling like myself. I'm very frustrated. So that's a lot what that is.
Okay, and you typically, it's kind of crazy because when something makes me frustrated, I'll express it. But if it doesn't change or whatever, I leave.
Yeah.
Like I automatically, and that's before I even know that, but I just don't do well. And it takes a lot for me to get frustrated, or it might take the little things for me to get frustrated. But one thing I'm going to do is leave if I can't change the situation.
And that's the highest form of self-respect, is being able to know a situation is not in a line and just walk away. Yeah. So I love that.
Yes.
So another one that we were going to go deeper into was your environment for mountains. So again, I want to ask you, what do you feel like that means when it says your environment is mountains?
So I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and I was born around a lot of mountains. So it makes me think that I am comfortable, or I thrive the best or the most, or I come more alive when I'm around mountains. So that is what it gives me, and that's kind of a little bit about me, y'all. I moved to Chicago recently, early July of last year, and it's a big city, flat land, no mountains. And I feel like even though it's challenged me to reach other parts of my creativity, that I still feel a little, not as, I don't want to say confident, but as willing to throw myself out there like I've done here back at home. And I feel like that is what it could mean. Like,
okay.
So tell me more.
I love that. So mountains actually deals with line 4 energy, which your profile, you have a 4-6, right? So this is very much in alignment with your chart anyway. But the line 4 energy is interpersonal, and the whole theme of it is elevation is key. So this is your place of retreat. It's a place to go to get a different perspective and see everything below and around you. So it's a lot about perspective, and it's a lot about just being elevated and being in a place of retreat where it's like, okay, I can see everything now, right? And then that allows you to be able to decipher, okay, well, what is for me? Now that I can see everything, how can I pick and choose where I want to go, or what works for me and what feels right?
Physically or literally?
Physically, it can be literally.
Figuratively or literally.
It can both.
Yes.
It can be both, because even like my friend C, she has mountains environment. She loves hiking. Hiking is like her thing. She's like, when I feel she's like, when I feel like, not good, like hiking is really good. So like, tall like being on the top floor of an apartment, right? Even how like we literally both got up there and we were on the edge. Yeah, it's like that's very much mountains energy, because it's like that elevation is what's needed. Now there's 2 types of mountains. There's active mountains and passive mountains. You will have a passive mountain. So what that means is it's more of a place that to go to rest. And you love being elevated. So like we said, rooftops, balconies is perfect. We're literally in your perfect environment right now. It says reflection time when elevated is key to then integrate and share wisdom with others when you come back down. So that, like, when you think of, that's where you go for your alone time. So high places is where you go for your alone time, right? And like he said, figuratively or physically, right? Whether that be, okay, I'm gonna smoke a joint, I'm gonna get my elevation going, or I'm gonna go on the rooftop, I'm gonna go climb a mountain, and then when I come back down, that's when I can share all the wisdom that I gained from being high up. Yeah,
I could get with that.
And it's retreating to watch. It says work is done in the reflection, and its nervous system regulation work is important to create an enjoyable reflection process.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because I feel like all the times I do hike or I do get on the top of a mountain or whatever the case may be, I feel like, oh, let me, write here or journal here. But I never like could get necessarily anything out. Like it's always just like not much comes out. Or if I do journal something, it'll be a few words and then I put it down. And then I like breathe. You know, so it's kind of crazy like how subconsciously like, this is literally my human design, but I don't know like that is.
And then even when you compare it to active mountains, with people with active mountains environments, that's where they go to get work done. So even hearing how like you would try to get work done there and it's like, no, because that's your place to go to rest. Versus an active mountains person, they may go to get work done in a more elevated place. But for you, it's more of like retreat. It's more, okay, this is my calm space. I'm not really meant to be doing a lot of work here. I'm meant to just be in my thoughts, right? Allow myself to feel and be emotionally present and be physically present, be spiritually present. And then when I come back down, now I can talk to y'all. Okay, but when I'm elevated, y'all can leave me alone.
Y'all can leave me alone.
Phone off.
That's also funny because like when I'm high, I feel like I like to be high when I'm by myself a lot more. I feel like when I'm with people and I'm in a social situation and I'm high, I literally go inward. Like I be feeling slow a little bit. I be like, yo, I want to talk and the words there, but like I'm just not there. So that also makes sense. Like, but yes. Okay.
So I want to ask you, what has been the like biggest shock or aha moment from anything that you've learned in your human design?
The biggest aha moment when we talked about it before, like previously, the open taste. And one thing that really sticks out is like because it's open or closed, right? And I've realized like when I set strict goals or like saying, hey, I need to do this and it needs to look like this, and I never like just align with the strictness of that. Or I set strict boundaries like with myself. I never kind of, you know, and it's not even it started to happen to where it's a point where it's not a discipline problem. Like I am disciplined. I just feel like my body doesn't like rigid situations. Like I need to be able to have choice. I need to be able to change my mind. I need to be able to, you know, in a lot of situations. So that is what really shocked me the most, because for a minute I thought it was a discipline problem until we talked about it, you know? So just knowing like, hey, Ivoree, it's okay when you do set goals or you do, you know, like for example, if I say, I'm a fast for 7 days, just strictly water, like, you know, I need to allow myself some room to like, you know, if it's, you know, because probably day 3 out of that 7 days, I'm gonna be like, okay, well, I want to, you know,
a little fruit.
Yeah, a little fruit or something. Like I could still, you know, so that for sure. But I know you said one thing, but I also want to mention the fact that I am a responder to things. Because every time I go out and seek, or I try to force things, or I, you know, am making the action and initiate things, it never works out. It never works out, you know, so that really, and I'm still working on that. It like really just having to respond, because a lot of things I just want to be like, I want to, you know, take control or action in. And I'm really, especially living in a big city, is teaching me to, you know, just not always react, like not always take action, just because responding doesn't mean always taking action. Responding is actually different than reacting. You know,
and responding to it also deals with our sacral.
So
it can be responding to our sacral feels like. So if someone's presenting us with an opportunity, okay, did I light up or did I feel repulsed?
And listening to
that, like, okay, well, if I felt repulsed, maybe this is a no right now.
Maybe this is a no. And honoring that.
And it can, and like how you said, it's not even necessarily saying anything. It can be like, I'm gonna just walk away. I'm gonna leave, right? Or I'm gonna lean in. This is actually exciting me. Let me listen to what you're saying a little bit deeper. And even just to go back to your open taste. Anyone with an open taste in human design, it's very important to you're not the type of person to be like, I'm just vegan. Like that you're going to probably struggle very hard.
I did when I tried to be vegan for the amount of time I did. And I love plant-based food. Trust me, I love it. And I literally prioritize it as much as I can. But when I put a label on it, and I was like, I'm vegan, and it never worked out.
And it's a psychological thing, but also your gut responds to diversity. your gut, like in your taste buds, your taste palette loves diversity.
Yeah.
So it's being able to, I can try this one day, but I can also allow myself to try something else, as long as it's whole food, right?
Yeah.
As long as it's real food, right? We're not talking about just eating hot Cheetos and Takis when you want to. But if you're in another country and, you know, they're offering you something that's, you know, native to their country, and your body is like excited to try, and you try it, that's okay for someone, even if it's not quote unquote vegan, or it's not, you know, whatever you prioritize, it can be that. So that's also very important. If you're someone with open taste, do not box yourself in. You're probably someone who was like, I tried vegan and I couldn't do it. That's okay. Prioritize whole foods, prioritize diversity, and like you said, not boxing yourself in, not putting those boundaries and restrictions so tough on yourself, but allowing yourself that wiggle room to change your mind.
Yeah.
So
because I feel like when I put those tough restrictions, I end up frustrated.
Yeah.
Because I want to experience these things.
Like, some damn chicken.
But I'm feeling myself that I can't, like, and it's like, it's my body. I could choose to experience these things.
Right.
And then, when I'm frustrated, I'm not operating in my full self. So, that makes
That's pretty good. So another thing I want to ask you is, what inclines you to allow me to read your human design chart for you?
Well, I love you.
Oh, I love you too. That's so cute.
I truly do. And I really think that I know from my experiences with other people, you're one of the most wholesome people that I've ever met and came across.
Thank you.
And you know what you know. And you speak that with confidence, and I feel like it's coming more from, and the fact that you do the research, and you're not just doing it off a whim, but it's also coming from the knowledge that you have within, so when we first had that conversation about it, but even before that, like, even with the healing culture, you're very knowledgeable in the things that you provide to the community. It's like, I'm not just giving people stuff because it looks good, like I'm giving people stuff because it feels good for me, so like, before I met you, I kind of tapped into human design, but it was same with astrology. It gets overwhelming. So I was like, well, it's cute, but I'm right. So having that conversation with you and just also seeing that this is something you're diving more deep into, I'm like, oh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to have her do it.
Well, thank you. And just to reiterate, I love you too. Je t'aime beaucoup. Yeah, that's super dope. And I always ask that question because I know that this information can be very sensitive. It's like you're tapping into deeper parts of yourself, and not everyone is ready to be seen that deeply.
I feel like I could trust you with my life.
And I thank you.
Oh, like literally. Thank you. Remember the time I was on shrooms at Nature?
Yeah.
And you was like, I got you.
No, literally. I was like, you want me to hold? I started hosting the panel and everything.
Yes, like everything. Like that alone in that moment was enough to be like, yes, this is somebody, I could literally.
Yeah, and vice versa. Genuinely, because I'm like, I don't take time to get to know people and be around people if I feel like I can't trust you.
Yeah.
So I agree.
That part.
Yeah. Yeah. So my last question for you is, would you recommend other people to learn human design, and why?
I would definitely recommend other people to learn human design. And why? I feel like because it goes a little deeper. I feel like human design to a certain eye could be overwhelming, but it's a lot easier to take in than astrology sometimes. And astrology is an umbrella of things, I feel like human design really hones in on things that you deal with in a day to day. Like when you say, like things actually start clicking, and it's not necessarily a gray area with it. It's very specific. Yeah. And I feel like people would, it made me feel a lot of content in things, and like how I should act or how I should, respond, or how I just felt secure in the information. Yeah. And I feel like a lot more people knowing this information, they first will feel secure in themselves, but also have more of a compassion for the people around them, because we're all our own unique design.
I agree.
Yeah, like we are all our own. And of course, you're not gonna know this person's human design off the bat, but like you could, I feel like if it is information you want to share with others, people could know how to treat you in the ways that your nervous system wants to be treated and everything. Because we don't know that yet until we, experience certain things. And I feel like it educates me on
Yeah.
things, so.
And I just really want to reiterate what you said on that compassion, like more compassion. I agree. Because even someone myself, where a lot of people around me have like defined solar plexus. And let me see, do you have, so we both don't have defined solar plexus, which means that we don't really, when we're going through emotional waves, it's usually because of other people around us. So it's like having that compassion of like, oh, okay, this person's going through it. I have to literally like detach myself and not try to like hold on and like ride the wave with them. Like that's not even my roller coaster ride.
It's not.
So I feel you when you said the compassion.
A lot in the past, like I feel like the past few years I've really worked on that. But like when I was a younger teenager or a younger, fresher, adult, whatever that is, because I still feel like I'm a baby to it. But I feel like I will always try to latch on to people and be like, oh, well, I got to be there through the ride. And that would never work out. You know? And then I realized now I'm in a point where I'm like, no, baby, I'm going to let you have that. I'm here if you do need me, but I'm not going to make it, because I'll always make what people are going through. Like that's not my burden to carry. And that's a big, our mantra is not to take anything personal, right? And that can be universal, but it's very specific for people who don't have a defined solar plexus, because we don't go through as emotional waves. Like we get over things very quickly. I feel like something can happen in the next minute. I'm like, oh, fuck it, whatever. Yes, I literally fuck it. I'll feel it. I'll go through it, but it's literally like
done.
It's out, And that's so crazy, because I literally was having a conversation about that, like with a close friend recently, about like how I process things and how they process things. And I feel like, everybody's their own unique piece of work. Nobody's the same, So things are going to be, how people process things are going to be different. How people hear things are going to be different. How people give or receive, and it's just always different. Nobody's ever the same, So even identical twins, they're not the same.
Literally.
So
yeah. So are there any last words that you want to tell the people that are listening? Anything at all?
I want to say, and shout out Destiny, but know that you are loved. I feel like when we are, as humans, digging more deeper into why we are the way we are, or whatever the case may be, that sometimes we can hone in on a lot of things and feel like, oh, I'm this way, so I can't change, or I can't be this, or I can't be that. And just know that regardless, at the end of the day, you are love. And love is change, and love is malleable, and love is light. And you are able to shift and move through the universe in whatever way you choose to. Just, I feel that a lot of us take ourselves personal. Same like when you said not to take things personal, even ourselves. Don't take yourself personal. For real. Because at the end of the day, we're on a floating planet in the middle of the universe. Or whatever.
Soul having a human experience.
Yeah, having a human experience. Like, we're a little tiny speck. So know that regardless, that you are love. That, that the Creator, God, the Creator, the Most High, you're literally a part of that. And God is love, and love is change. Shout out to the parable. Everybody needs to read that, Parable of the Sower, Octavia E. Butler. But love is change, and change is the only thing that's inevitable. So you're going to change a lot throughout your life of the process, and just know, always go back to the love of it all. Ashe. And that's Ashe.
Ashe. I love that. So y'all heard her. If you want to find her, it's Reeology. Reeology.
Yes.
Period. Thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm so glad I was here to do this.
I know, y'all. So this is the last thing I'm gonna say, because we don't want to be before y'all too long. But literally, it's Wednesday. She popped up on Sunday at the Glitch Matrix themed dance party that was hosted by our girl DK and Noelle. They had put it together through Blackmosphere and Dance Phoenix. But yeah, she literally popped up, and I like started crying, y'all, because I was like, wait, my friend is here. I literally asked her that night, I was like, so you're gonna be on Revealing Human Design? She's like, yes. So we're here a few days later. making this for y'all. I really, really affirm that you guys enjoy. And like Ree said, know that you are love. Ashe. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.